John Connor can't erase his dreams or his nightmares, Ellie.
I know. What can't?
I wish we could erase this bloody VLC program because I can't get the AB repeat to work. Hi everyone, I'm Ethan McKinley. This is the 2 Minute Terminator. We're on episode 3. And we are going from the 2 minute bridging gap between minutes number 4 and minutes number
6.
That's Ellie Fitzgerald, the co-host, who's asked to do another episode.
I know. I don't
How
know what's
bizarre.
going on. But I feel like I cursed it because it's when I asked to do the next episode that we can't get the fucking thing to loop.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I think because it's an MP3 file, I'm going to try and convert it to MKV.
What's that?
Just a different file format for video, but I think it has less trouble like AB looping that.
But it was fine before. That's what I don't get.
I know.
There's no consistency.
I think because MP4 was created by Apple, they probably any kind of like proprietary other software like, you know, VLC, which plays everything, they probably just try and put bugs in it to fuck with it. I don't know.
Fuck you, conglomerates.
But we digress.
We do.
Hit
The
music.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
Hi, I'm Chief Master Sergeant William Candy.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Hi everyone, we're back. I'm Ethan McKinley again.
I'm
We're
Ellie
going from
Fitzgerald
minutes
again.
4 to minutes 6. The 2 minutes, quite a lot happens in this, I think.
It does.
We see John Connor riding his bike some more.
Summer. Still don't know what the bike is.
Obviously, this episode we've got facts galore.
When you're going to do it, though, you'd let me know.
Well, we can do a fact now if you like, eh? That was jazz trivia for the 2 minute Terminator. This film is originally going to be called. The tagline. Of this film is originally going to be "The War Begins."
Why?
It was removed at the time due to the political climate and the fact of the war in Iraq, basically. So they changed the line to "Coming Soon," which offended more people because obviously the War of Coming Soon anniversary was the following year, and people were thinking, you know, that would be a bad thing.
People
so
take shit far too fucking seriously.
You can't really
man.
say "Coming Soon" either.
I think people take shit far too seriously.
What did you think of the War of Coming Soon?
I don't think it's a necessary title at all. Just call it.
It's also a bunch of hogwash.
Yeah.
I was joshing with you, Ellie. There's no such thing as a War of Coming Soon.
Oh!
What's wrong with you?
I'm the most gullible person for at least 2 minutes.
You really are.
I believe you. I trust in you. That's probably my downfall.
Trust in me.
We're not doing Disney. So,
Right. Yeah.
what bookends the minutes? How does it start and how does it end?
That's a good question, Ellie. It begins basically with the boneyard underneath the water as it raises up.
You
and we-
raise me
And we get a glimpse, I guess, to a point of Jonathan Mosto's version of this kind of like Terminator Future War. The one thing I don't like about it is, and it always happens the same when you get a different person
The
coming onto a
MKs?
franchise. Yeah, the HKs look rubbish.
HKs, not MKs.
They don't look good, do they?
No.
They look really rubbish and not as kind of like evil looking and weird.
Do you know what I find interesting?
The omnidirectional kind of rockets on the side, Ellie, look weird. The actual HK itself has been like softened and it's
It almost looks like it's more of a ship you'd see in one of the Alien movies.
I wouldn't even go that far.
Really?
Just the design's not that good. I think it was the other design was really cool. I like two like points coming out of it. And
Yeah, but that's because that's old school shit.
but it looked good.
It did, but that's what I mean. All the old school
Then why
shit
they just
looks good.
put that design back in? But I guess because the Jonathan Mostow came aboard as a director, you kind of want to rewrite the script and you want to change this and change that, and you kind of want to do your version of the HKs. They look a bit like sea creatures, like whales. That's what it is. They look really non-threatening, weirdly.
Also, have they changed? Is it in this one where they started to change the design of the actual Terminators, like the torso, or was that
no,
in 4?
that's in 5 Genesis. They removed that kind of like weird, I guess, diaphragm plate.
Or is it the heads that have changed in this one? Because I swear they look more evil in this.
Yeah, I don't know.
The brow, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's still Stan Winston doing it, so I'm not sure if that would change. I mean, Stan Winston did all the movies, including 4 and 5.
They do look fucking cool though, to see all those Terminators all together.
Yeah. This
Are
is a
they
good
all
bit.
are they all CGI?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. There's a diaphragm plate here that's still in there. So yeah, I don't know.
What about the one that comes into full focus? Is that all CGI? Or did they maybe have the
no,
robot and
I
then put CGI
I
over
reckon that is the kind of like the puppet rig that would go on the guy's shoulders to give it natural walking. That kind of like hero puppet they've got, that life-size hero puppet of the endoskeleton.
Yeah.
I think that's what that is. And it's slightly augmented with CGI, maybe the eyes and things.
I was going to say, with the eye, I think that's the first time you've ever seen like a grid in the eye.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that in either of the first 2 films.
Yeah. I
Again,
don't know.
don't know why.
Again,
Maybe
I
to
don't
just
know
show
why.
what they show. Show what they see. Show what they see, show what they show.
I think there's actually a Terminator. Yeah, that's it. He kicks something off his foot. You see it like, watch this Terminator at the back.
Oh my god.
He gets his foot stuck on something.
Clumsy.
Yeah, 4 minutes and...
The big clumsy ape.
4 minutes and 42 seconds. Terminator on the back right. He gets his foot stuck and he kind of
Goes
kicks that way and
bosh.
steps over it and then
And there
steps
goes, what's
down.
that? Get rid of it.
It's quite good though.
They've still kind of kept the...
Well, the eyes actually, when he turns to the camera at 4 minutes 57, the eyes fade down from like
Yeah, they
bright red
do.
to like a lower. I'm not sure what that means. Is that
Focus?
the iris is focusing or something? Maybe I don't
guess.
know. Also, why
they
is
almost
John?
Look like, they almost look like fly eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little crisscrossy things.
Yeah, criss.
And why does John? Why is he having a vision of a future war that hasn't happened yet?
I don't know. Maybe something to do.
All right, maybe that's
Maybe
why
it's
the
'cause of the
HKs are
fucked up
different. You'd argue they're
timescale.
different is because
Times changed now.
no, John's just got an idea in his head what they are because they've been described by his mother through, not even Kyle actually. No,
No.
where were this? Oh no, I'm really confused now.
Dude, this whole fucking thing confuses me. Let's not be women and overanalyze things. Although that is exactly what this podcast is all about.
Podcast.
Podcast.
Well, all right. Here's a mistake.
Fucking hell,
This is-
Ethan.
What? This is gonna be one of the first things we've introduced to the show. There's gonna be like, I'm gonna mention all the cock ups they made.
Yes.
Cock up number one of
Cock
this minute.
up.
John mentions that it's actually in the last minute, but we can put it here. John mentions that the Terminator came for him when he was 13, before he was born,
Came on him when he was 13.
and then he came after him when he was 13. That's what he says in this film, Terminator 3. Now, why is that a mistake, Ellie?
Because of Terminator Genesis.
No,
Damn it.
gave you the ball and you fucking fumbled
Fuck!
it. In Terminator 2, Edward Furlong is 13 years old.
Yeah.
The actor.
Yeah.
He's playing John Connor, who in the story, even though he's too old really to be looking that way, he's actually John Connor in the story of Terminator 2, in the lore of this, is 10 years old.
Oh, fuck, of course, yeah.
He goes, first it came from my mother before I was born, and then it came from me when I was 13. No, Jonathan Moster, you got
Shit.
it wrong. Edward Furlong, the actor, was 13. He was playing 10 years old.
Ethan.
That's the first cock up.
Cock up. We need a new kind of jingle for that.
Do you want to... I don't think we do.
I like the jingles.
You've got the jingles?
Mr. Jingles!
That should be a mouse being stepped on. And then going, no!
No! I remember actually crying at that moment, and Ethan was just... I actually got really annoyed at you at that point, because it was such an emotional... I don't know why. I'm not even into animals, but one rodents I am quite attached to. I don't know why. Maybe because I look like one. But I just... When that happened in the movie, I was so shocked, and it was so horrifying, and I just couldn't believe it happened. My eyes were welling up, and I could hear Ethan gritting his teeth, and then all of a sudden he went... and I was like... Oh, shut the fuck up, you tin man.
For some reason, I got the giggles all for that film.
So bad. Yeah, literally, you laughed at every moment that I was like...
Every poignant moment.
Yeah. And I hate crying.
Did you like The Mist?
I did like The Mist. The Mist was good.
Was it just good?
It was just good.
Yeah.
It wasn't incredible, but it
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, it is lacking. I don't know why.
I think it's the actual storyline. I think the
I
way
thought
it was
the creatures
shot...
weren't that horrifying either.
I kind of feel like the creature... Well, at first, I thought it was going to be like a Cthulhu kind of creature because of all the tentacles. The tentacles.
Well, I mean, you don't see them. I mean, that's probably wisely done. But also the ones you do see, like the spiders are really cartoony. They had like cartoony faces.
Well, I was thinking that actually about this particular 2 minutes, bringing it back to the Terminator. When you see all the CGI Terminators, the flames are so obviously not real.
Why would you say this?
Well, because it looks like a cartoon. When you see, I'll unpause it because, as we've said, we've had an issue with our loop, so I'm pausing it as we go along. Look at that, especially these flames over here.
I think they're real.
No, they are so
They're just
not.
flame bars.
Would they not be those pieces of paper where they just kind of like they're orange?
But
and
I mean, they
flap?
put them in with CGI, but I think they're flame bars they filmed and then stuck them into the composite kind of like picture over.
I have another question.
Yes.
With the Terminators,
The teeth are real.
are they actually?
Well, they're not silver. I used to think they were silver. I was like, why has he got? When I first saw an endoskeleton.
So does that mean that they went around once they'd killed all the humans and just smashed all their teeth out?
No, it's probably just some it's just whatever it is, Ellie. It's just meant to look like teeth, so it's white as opposed to.
Oh,
it's the
okay.
only bit that's kind of.
But that's why I said, do you reckon they're human teeth?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Oh, he feels sleepy. You need some sugar, Bab. Where's your sweethearts?
I don't know. Do you want cock up number 2?
Cock up.
In the flashback scene, showing the HK flying over the water at the start of this minute, basically from minute 4, it's using a high-power floodlight to look for its targets. But since it's basically a Terminator, it will be equipped with infrared, like all the T-series, and not require an additional light source to operate it, or need light.
Ooh, cock up number 2.
But I guess they just put it in the exit because it's like a searchlight. It looks cool.
What we should do is at the end of each episode, we should count out the amount of cocks in the 2 minute, and give it a cock rating.
Well, this is a cock rating too.
Have you seen those shows where they're doing something like that, and like a little cock will pop up in the corner, and then it'll be like ×2, ×3, ×4.
No.
It'd be. Have you not seen that?
Bing.
It'd be. That'd be really cool if like a little image of a cartoon penis came up, and every time that there was a cock up, then you just get like a little time symbol and the amount of times.
Well, if you want to teach yourself like video editing and put one in post, you stuttering fuck.
Put a cock in my post.
An early draft of this script basically exists a completely different storyline from which John Connor is a successful computer programmer who ends up being the instrument in the activation of Skynet.
Basically, George.
Yeah. Sarah Connor was also featured in the film, and the evil Terminator was going to be a shapeshifter, but could also take on a gaseous energy form.
Ooh,
Would
that
have been
sounds
better?
shit.
Yeah, that sounds shit.
No, I'm glad they didn't bring Sarah back into this. I think it's. I don't know. Her bit's been done. Plus, she died of leukemia, didn't she?
Well, they wrote that
She
into
got
this
the
scene.
looks.
We're going to come to it, but when they get to the cemetery scene and go to Sarah's coffin and there's nothing in it but guns, they obviously mention that she died of leukemia.
She got the lukes.
Leukemia, I believe. It's
Right,
called.
I'm gonna unpause now so I can watch some more of this fucking clip. I hate you, VLC. Oh yeah. So then we get the lovely moment where Nazi monkey boy wakes up in like another tunnel, which I guess kind of is a homage
echo
to
of
when
Terminator 1 when they're in the storm drain.
Yeah.
And there were loads of I think it was loads of bugs that night, and all the gas,
It was all the bug
mist in
spray.
the air, all the bug spray. Well done, you remembered.
I do remember that bit. That screenshot's brilliant. He looks either really stoned or high on morphine or Valium, and dreaming of a
have to get through
future
this
that he
film.
has absolutely no idea about.
Exactly, in great detail.
So is that not cock up number 3?
Well, I mean, there were loads of cock-ups. But I don't know. That's the HK design's completely different. I'm not sure how I feel about that because I do.
You don't
doesn't like it shit. But
What's
is that
that
his version of what he thinks an HK is, or it's just Jonathan Mosso going, "This is the reason they look different because I want them to."
How does this motherfucker shave if he's always on the
Well, he's a
the
bit
road.
unshaven.
Yeah, but quite clearly he can grow a beard,
But I mean, the implication is, I guess he
looks pretty well together. Like
well to do for a homeless person.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cash in hand work.
he is
does.
not. He's not the hobo in the first film.
Now he's in
basically.
another drain. Yeah. Now, would you ever make sure people paid you properly? There'd be some unscrupulous employees that would never actually give you the cash at the end of the day. Be like, and he'd be like, "Nah, sorry, mate.
Take out the papers and the trash. You don't get no spending cash.
Yeah.
Yak, yak, dunk, dunk, back. I love that song so much. Oh, this is a bit I really enjoyed. I reckon this isn't a real deer. I think
You can see it's a real deal.
I think they paid Mick Jagger to play this deer because of the jaw jaunty way he just walks off the road after John comes off his bike. Watch. You'll see what I mean.
So
If
John
that
crashes his
actually
bike
happened, if
at,
that actually
5 minutes
happened,
30 seconds.
that deer would have scarpered. He'd have been out of there post haste. And then when you actually, he gets up and he's just like, shit, is it okay? And he just goes, see you later, mate. Literally the first thing I thought of when I saw that. Well done, Mick. Has Mick ever been in a movie?
And then we come to Beverly. Yeah, Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger?
I was
Who
trying to
you
get a piece of
served
cheese out of my teeth. Yeah, Mick Jagger and all that. He's in a film called Performance, where he plays a rock star,
Does he? How fucking original.
which is, I think it's a Ken Russell film. And it's kind of like this gangster goes into hiding in this like big mansion in one of the it's maybe Berkeley Square in London.
Okay.
And there's a rock star that lives there, played by Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger also did a film called Free Jack with Anthony Hopkins about stealing people's bodies. Basically, billionaires using people's bodies from, I think, the past
Whoa.
and bringing the body into the future, getting rid of their mind and putting the billionaire's mind into it so he could live forever. So
That
Anthony
sounds terrible.
Hopkins is terminally ill billionaire. He kidnaps Emilio Estevez
Billy.
in the past, brings him to the future in order to steal his body so he can transfer his consciousness into Emilio Estevez's body.
Sounds like an episode of Futurama.
His main enforcer or henchman is Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger got cast as a henchman.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger couldn't fucking hold me back.
And the acting really couldn't. He's like one of the slightest, tiniest men ever.
I
When
remember
you
you
see him
saying.
in person, he's like really little.
frail.
He's tiny.
As in like
He's like
height?
about 5'7". Yeah, yeah. Really
Really?
little. Yeah.
Do they put him in like platform shoes? when
And
you make-
physically tiny. I'd love to actually ring some information up for you, Ella, but your internet actually isn't working at all.
Are you serious?
Which was nice, yeah.
Oh,
it's
for
okay.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, basically, it's a
Fuck you, Sky.
It's a 1991 film. Anthony Hopkins in it.
Have you actually seen it?
Weirdly, I think well, you know what it was. I think it was before Silence of the Lambs, so he hadn't really broke into that kind of like. Even though he's a very acclaimed stage actor in England, and he'd been in The Elephant Man.
I was
and
going to say The Elephant Man, he was amazing.
he'd done magic, yeah. But like, I guess he was kind of just, what Michael Caine said. Have you ever seen Jaws for Michael Caine? No, but I saw the house it bought my mother.
What?
Michael Caine famously says, "I don't give a fuck. I just take the next job." Like, so he's done some really awful films. And when asked about Jaws: The Revenge, which is like Pandas, like University Pandas, like a really, really bad film,
Is it really bad?
they were like, "Have you ever actually seen Jaws for Mike?" He was like, "No, but I've seen the house it bought my mother."
Would you buy your mum a house?
Yeah,
Would you actually?
with my sweet Jaws 4 money.
Mm.
Yeah,
Even though she treats you like shit.
she doesn't treat me like shit.
She does a bit.
We just we don't see eye to eye sometimes.
She does treat you a bit like shit.
She's all right. Well, she's quite.
The way she talks to you is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but I think because she's such a strong, two-fisted woman, it's not you're not used to seeing it because your mum's quite like meek and
Oh
mild.
my god, she's the fucking biggest sub you've ever met. If
Yeah.
you think I'm bad, Jesus Christ. She's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I don't think you're a sub. I think you're kind of like you do things for people less out of fear, more because you're a nice person.
I guess I just treat people the way I'd like to be treated. And that's about as hippie as I get. You fucked me over, you fucked. Yeah, so then when we come to the scene of Beverly Hills, and every time I see it, I just hear, don't get stuck in Beverly Hills. You better watch out in Beverly.
Who's that, Ellie?
That is...
Is it Nicole or something?
No, it's not. It's from the Beverly Hills soundtrack. It's the second track on the soundtrack.
Patty Smith.
Yes!
I got a new attitude.
No, that's yeah.
I
No, that's
got
Patti
you.
LaBelle.
Patty LaBelle.
LaBelle.
We were both right and wrong.
Fuck.
Well, it's Beverly Hills, the main, I guess, High Street or Boulevard.
This is an emergency. Such an incredible soundtrack, but we're not talking about Beverly Hills Cop.
We should be. It'd be a much more fun podcast.
It would be amazing. I can't believe I like Eddie Murphy.
I don't know. What do you think, listeners? Is the energy quite low? Is it because this film sucks a fat one and we get trudging through it?
No, what's happening is we're getting facts out. No, I think we're doing well. I think now, because the other day after we recorded the first episode,
You listened to it.
I listened to it when I was on the way to London. And as I was listening to it, I was like, it's less of us chatting shit. I do love the chatting shit, but
Well, we
It
could.
sounds more like a legit podcast, and I actually thought it was really good because it was a good balance of talking about the film, having a bit of a laugh, as you'd say, going back to the film. We had some trivia around the trivia. I thought it was really. I genuinely.
Well, if
thought
the
it was
internet
really
works, I could actually post up the information and talk about Free Jack a little bit with you. But as I was saying about Anthony Hopkins, although he was an acclaimed theatre and television actor in England, I don't think he hadn't had the break of Silence of the Lambs, which put him literally on the map, and then like Hollywood fell in love with him, etc. So it's just before Silence of the Lambs comes out, and it's kind of obviously done for the money. And he's this like evil billionaire who wants to transfer his consciousness into Emilio Estevez's body. I mean, who doesn't?
Did you like it?
I don't remember it that well. It's kind of like I don't know. Weirdly, I think the '90s weren't that great a decade for films. I think.
Or music.
Or music.
Just '90s was shit.
There was a lot of really poor output from studios in the '90s. Nothing really kind of took off. All the action films kind of took a dive. I mean, Cliffhanger was good, but like you didn't really have anything really after
When was
that.
the first Mission Impossible movie come out?
First Mission Possible is 1996. Paramount Pictures, directed by Brian De Palma. Brian De
Although
Palma and Tom Cruise
Terminator
famously
2
did
was
not get on.
93, so.
What? No, Terminator 2 is 91.
Oh, 91, sorry. So that's a good 90s movie.
Yeah, there's nothing really to remember though. I mean, I remember Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater. That's
Pump Up
like,
the Volume,
try and watch
Pump Up
that
the
now. Oh my
Volume.
God, terrible. Robin Hood was 91. There's nothing.
Is that the
I
Robin
can
Hood with Uma Thurman in it?
No, I think that's the one with Patrick Bergin called just Robin Hood.
Mm.
And that was the other Robin Hood film that came out that year
I think you see her Chebs in that movie.
within months of each other.
She's got great tits.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Have you seen her face lately?
No?
Oh, she's had like surgery on her face and her eyes, so she looks completely different. Like Renée Zellweger changed her
I
face.
was going to say Renee Zellweger.
Ren!
See, I'm just so not phased by famous people. I always call them by their first name.
Yeah, well, Google her after this if you can get the goddamn internet to work. Have a look at Uma Thurman now. Google Uma Thurman now, listeners.
Just
Remarkable.
Give it a go.
I'm
I'll
doing
touch
it.
it with my sunshine kid magic and wonder.
All right, let's press internet.
Yay! We're going to do
Mick
it, people. We're going to do it.
Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Here we go.
It's going to work, it's going to work, it's going to work. Come on, internet.
Yep, nope.
Fucking cunts. Okay, so Beverly Hills. Do we know what this street is called?
I think it's Beverly Boulevard. It's where like Rodeo Drive and things are all kind of like off where like, well, basically where Pretty Woman was set. All around that
Ah.
area.
Why do they have trees in the middle?
There's palm trees everywhere in LA.
I've never been.
It's kind of that's the LA look, I guess. There's palm. It's the desert basically, isn't it? So there's palm trees everywhere.
It's desert. How do those trees survive though? All that pollution in it. Why am I fucking talking about trees, man?
I don't know.
Fuck. Right, let's play the next part. I keep having to stop it because, like I said, we can't get the loop to work.
Well, I mean, this is the first time we see the time displacement bubble. Really, you saw it a little bit in Terminator 2, and they like noted that by, I guess, when that circle appears, it destroys. It's what is it? The antimatter field, which kind of destroys any
Everything
like matter
around it, yeah.
just in case. A bit like the Philadelphia experiment when I told you when it came back through time, the ship. Conspiracy theorists, like because the men were separate to the ship, when it came back into our reality, they were like stuck in the wall and in the floor and stuff. To prevent that from happening in the reality of this film universe, it creates a bubble around the subject, so they don't wind up being in the middle of a piece of glass or a wall or something like that. What do you think of the time appearance thingamajoo compared to the 1 and 2?
Oh, I prefer the second one.
Why?
I just have a big issue with like modern day CGI. I just think it looks too fake.
But I think it looks better than the 1 and 2, right? The 1 and 2 was trying to achieve the same effect, but this is like some chrome globe that grows outwards, melts through the glass of the department store window.
That is cool, but I mean,
whereas-
we're not actually coming on to that. That's
We're
kind
not.
of in the second. That'll be in the next podcast.
Podcast.
But what I think I like about the way it happens in the first and the second is it's more kind of like.
Well, in the first, you don't see anything. It's just a flash, and the garbage man, played by Chino Fats Williams, episode 2, he goes, "What the hell?"
What the? Okay, in the second film, then.
Also, in the remake of the first film scene in Terminator Genesis, Arnold, or the 1984 CGI Arnold, is actually standing in like this
In the
scoop
dip,
in the
yeah.
dish, the red hot dish into the tarmac made by that circle. but you don't really see that until 2, and you certainly don't see it in the original first one. He just appears. He's standing on the tarmac, so that's something
true,
they
actually.
added after the fact.
But
My question is, why would your feet not burn if you've got like biological flesh on your body?
I asked that question when we did it.
And when we come to it in the next 2 minutes, when Arnold arrives,
Oh yeah.
he appears in the desert, and he's
With
actually
downward facing nipples.
the the glass has actually been. I mean, the sand has been like so hot it's turned to glass. So he's standing in this like
And it cracks
like
as
red
he-
hot volcanic glass. Doesn't burn his feet.
I know.
Not that he registers pain, but
Impervious.
your feet would be kind of ruined,
Yeah,
and you get a foot infection. It'd be a mess.
it would be a mess. Feet like a hobbit. But no, the reason I think I like the
Because it's
effects
just
in
a
the
better film in general.
yeah. No, I like the fact that it's all you get all the electricity coming from all angles. It's all kind of I don't know. I just think it's a better effect. I prefer it.
Well, let's.
And also
We're not going to
this
talk about it. We'll
this
just look at it.
this shop window is really making me think of that movie Mannequin. Do you not think?
Like Kim Cattrall being like the unluckiest store dummy
Yes.
ever if the Terminator appeared in her window and just melted her face off. Wouldn't want to marry them, would you, Andrew McCarthy?
You'd probably fuck her first. She's really hot in that movie. Just
Well,
Kim
not after
Cattrall's.
this.
No, she is.
Nothing's gonna stop us now except this.
Man. No, I still think she looks good.
Yeah,
Kim Cattrall does. She's
she's 60, I think. Now.
yeah, but she's vintage, man.
Yeah.
Meh.
We need to kind of, I think, as a society, we need to get away from this kind of like, you're never too old. There's
No,
no
there is-
tomorrow.
No,
Helen
there is-
Mirren's still hot. She's not.
No, she's not.
She's 70 years old.
I know, but
Kim Cattrall is
Kim-
60 years old.
yeah, but if you
And
compare,
I'm not like decrying women just for this. Men too. You just
no,
look like
men
shit
get
when
better
you get
with
old.
age.
Meh.
they
Sean
do.
Connery now.
Yeah, okay, but he's like 100 years old.
So you get better to a point.
Yeah,
Just a woman's point is
but
less
that's
than a
just
man.
that's just time. That's like leaving a loaf of bread out. Now I'm just thinking about Patrice. Talking about like a packet of biscuits. He's just like, the fresh packet of biscuits. You'll do anything to get them. And he
If someone
goes,
throws some old crackers on the floor and goes, "Hey, come and get," you be like, "Do just pass them to me. I don't want to get those." Picking those up.
Comparing women to a packet of crackers. Amazing.
And on that bombshell, we should go.
Oh, okay.
What were you having fun, Ellie?
I was.
Oh. This new stressful job is giving you some new vim and vigor for this podcast that you used to hate.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
We shall return tomorrow with another episode, listeners.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah, sure.
Are the clothes of these mannequins very indicative to the time? They look really outdated.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah. Like what? I mean, no, not at all. They look fine. That could be any time.
It could be any time.
You could like
Yeah,
go
but
into
this is-
Jane Norman and
Yeah,
still
but
buy
this is
something like that.
yeah, but this is fashion. Like it's meant to be like new, cutting edge. Like
It is,
where's-
but the thing with Beverly Hills is, I mean, there's a lot of like, even if you went into like any of the fancy stores on, Mayfair or Chelsea and stuff, there are those tiny little roads in London that are right in the middle of the city, but they look like little village streets, and
Yeah.
like there's loads of little weird. I mean, you get them around here in Dorking. You get like men's fashion, but it's like for men in their 40s and 50s.
Oh God, yeah, but
And it's labels you've never heard of.
Yeah.
It looks awful, but they go, "Oh, it's £100 for a
It's
pair of
vintage.
such." Not vintage, but an actual like fashion store for like women of a certain age and stuff, or men of a certain age.
oh God, Dorking's full of those.
Yeah.
It's like women's like
Not a
clothes
brand,
made out
not
of
a
like
chain place, and they buy
linen and
they sell like
stuff.
1 or 2 pieces,
yeah.
and people buy it and they go, "Oh, it's not from like a chain," but it
Come
same
on.
thing. I think Beverly Hills is loaded with that, but it's all like brand names like Dior.
Have
and
you been
so-and-so,
Beverly
and
Hills?
Yeah.
Is it nice?
It's all right. Yeah, I mean,
It's all
I didn't really register it when I was there. I don't think, but I mean, I guess like
Didn't you
Axel
go to
Foley-
all the sites from Beverly Hills Cop?
No,
That shocks me.
I went to all the
Who
horror
are
sites
you?
instead.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
I went to the Myers house,
You
which
actually
is
went.
where Michael Myers stabs his sister. He goes,
Michael!
"Michael," and he's looking at his own hand like that,
She's
which
got
you
good
just
tits.
wouldn't do. When successfully stab someone,
You'd
even
be
as an
looking at
8-year-old.
the bloody breasts.
I'd coming behind cupping them. Like, you wouldn't be stabbing your sister. Yeah, it's incest, but who cares?
Yeah,
With a
but
rack
if she
that
had
good-
puffy nipples, you'd just slice them off and take
with
them
a
out.
rack that good, Jesus would look the other way. No, it's actually a dentist now. It's in. It's not Orange Grove. It's. I think it's Orange. No, Orange Grove is where the house at the end of the movie is.
Okay.
So basically, you've got the crossroads on Sunset Boulevard, where Fairfax Avenue cuts over Sunset Boulevard. So that's where I was staying. But if you walk 100 yards down the road, on the left, there's a road called Orange Grove. And if you go up Orange Grove, on the right, pretty much the first house you come to is the house with the balcony that Michael gets shot off. That's the house from Halloween at the end. What's the boogeyman? Across the road from that, exactly in real time in geography, is the house where... Can I get your ghost, Bob? And she sees him carrying the body outside and round the back of the house.
Because you actually see the kids run across the road, don't you?
Yeah, so it's actually where it actually is. It's not like a cheat or anything. That's the actual
Haddonfield.
house. That house where her friend was killed, Can't I Get Your Ghost, Bob, that's completely like renovated and different now. But the house at the end of the film looks exactly the same.
Yes.
Now, if you go, God, where is it now? Where's the other house? The actual original Myers house where he stabbed his sister, that's actually a dentist now. And I think... I can't remember it. Basically, you get the train. It's just about 10 minutes kind of away from there on the train. And you can see kind
Ethan's
of like
doing
the original
jaunty
Myers
hand
house.
movements suggesting direction.
I'm trying to think what it's actually called, though.
Google it.
Bugger. I can't Google it because the internet's down.
Try again. If at first you don't succeed.
Halloween.
Go.
Nope.
Fuck, man. Okay, let's call it a fucking day. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Across the road from Orange Grove, on the other side of Sunset Boulevard, is Genesee Avenue, and down there, the Freddy Krueger house is there, the Nightmare on Elm Street
I
house.
was gonna say, is it Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I went to those kind of places more than Beverly Hills Cop wasn't really on the forefront of my mind, and I walk down Beverly Hills Boulevard where Axel Foley walked. Anyway, we're just waffling now.
Tomorrow.
We shall return tomorrow with minute
6 to 8.
That's correct. Episode 4, minute 6 to 8. Sorry, I had a wacky timeline of the first episode. I got myself confused, and that meme is still stuck in my head. Thank you all for listening, folks.
Thanks for tuning in.
I've been Ethan McKinley.
I've been Ali Fitzgerald.
And we'll be back tomorrow with more episodes.
Tune in, you motherfuckers. Hasta la vista.
Bye-bye.
Shut up! Shut up!